Welcome back, folks. This is Chokitable Media. Where do you live? Do you live in Luxembourg or you live around Europe? I want us to discuss your right as a worker, as an employee in a country. What right do you have when you fall sick? What right do you have when you fall sick? For instance, becoming seriously sick or terminally sick. What are your rights? Are you going to continue getting your salary the way you get your salary before you got sick and got bedridden? What are the provisions that the government made for you? Because actually you pay insurances as you work monthly, as you work every day before you fell sick or you fall sick. What are your entitlements? How many days does it require for you to take sick leaves? How many days? And when it's your right, or when are you going to exhaust that right of yours that will make the government not to pay you or the insurance not to pay you your salary or your employers not to retain you at your work because you've been sick and you're not coming to work? These and many more I will explain to you in this broadcast of mine, and I want you to listen attentively. And I am taking Luxembourg as a case study according to what I gathered together from Paper Jam. I am on sick leave. That is what you're seeing in the picture. So, Paper Jam tried to put the information together as it happened in 2024, and they explain what the minister said now. They explain what the prime minister also wants and what is happening generally with CNS. Let's dive deeper into this article that I have by me, written by a lady called Ilona Schmitz. And it goes thus: in 2024, the numbers of exhausted sick leave days has increased by a third. That is, the numbers increased by a third compared to the previous year. Become seriously ill is really of one's own making. Nobody wants to fall sick. However, in Luxembourg, the law stipulates a limit of 78 weeks. You're listening to me now. You have 78 weeks if you fall seriously ill, during which an employee on sick leave has their salary covered by CNS. So you have the right within 78 weeks. So your salary will be covered by CNS. In 2024, 540 employees have exhausted their entitlement. That means they were there for so long. So while in France, in comparison, the payment of daily sick leave benefits is capped at 360 days per period of 3 consecutive years. In Luxembourg, the CNS covers the salary of a person on sick leave for a minimum period of 78 weeks for a reference period of 104 weeks. This means that the right to sick leave benefits is limited to 78 weeks, even if the incapacity to work extends beyond this period. Some people who become seriously ill are medically unable to return to work after these 78 weeks, therefore finding themselves having exhausted their right. The employment contract automatically terminates on the day their right to sick benefits granted to them in accordance with the provision of Social Security Code are exhausted. You got it now. So you'll be terminated after 78 weeks of not going back to work. So it says, the Social Security Code says that after 78 weeks of incapacity for work during a reference period of 104 weeks, confirmed the Chambers of Employee. So said the Chambers of Employee. The exhaustion of right to sickness benefits therefore implies the automatic termination of employees' contract. So that's B, what it is. 67% or 67.5% receive replacement income after this. So, question by the MP Mark Georgian from the Pirate Party on the subject on the numbers of employees affected in recent years. The Minister of Health and Social Security, Martin the Prince of CSV Party, first specified that employee is required to pay the normal salary until the end of the month in which the 77th day of incapacity for work occurs during the reference period. By the law of August 10, 2018, amended by Labour Code and the Social Security Code, this reference period was extended from 12 to 18 months as of January 1st. Since the law was amended, the numbers of employees no longer entitled to sickness benefit has increased significantly. In 2018, 1,056 employees were affected in 2018 alone, and since 2019, an average of 312 have been affected. It should be added that since then, a steady increase has been observed, with 540 people affected by the end of 2024, the minister acknowledged in her parliamentary response, compared to 407 in 2023, and an increase of 32.68%. Mark Georgian also examined the situation of this employee 6 months after they lost their right. As a result of 67.5% received a replacement income. So they have to, there's a provision they call replacement income, for this 67.5 percent of those people. So including 24.3% of disability pension, 17.4 unemployment benefit excluding external redeployment, which is 13.8%, unemployment benefit and external redeployment 8.1%, and accident pension and 3.9%, and old age pension. The minister also pointed out that 16% of this employee do not live or work in Luxembourg and do not receive any replacement income or social security. So the long and short of it is that, okay, even if you lost your job because of you being on sick leave and you exhausted that 78 weeks, so definitely there are several provisions being made for you that you could also be qualified for when your case is being revisited, because you are not going to be left alone like that. You must pay your rent, you must eat, and you must survive. So, but you are incapable to work. So the government must respond. So the social security system has also already provided for this. So you will definitely enter into another stage of your life whereby you will be directed to get yourself registered for several other schemes if actually it is true that you won't be able to work anymore. If you live in Luxembourg or you live around Europe, listen to this again and try to understand what we are trying to say. Nobody prays to fall sick or terminally ill, or get wounded at job and stuff like this at your work. We all pray for good health. We pray that we have sanity in our life, in our body, and even at our workplaces. So, but you never can tell when these things happen what is going to be the solution for you, and that's why I'm bringing this to you. So note it very well. But in this report also, you will understand that the number kept increasing, kept growing, and that is why here they always like to go back to the statistics and look at what happened before to compare what they're having presently, so that they will know the way to make provision for the future. So do we work with statistics, or they work with statistics here? An example of this is the public transportation that we said is free. So comparison are being made presently to look at how many people are riding with public transport now. and what the budget, is saying, what provision is the budget going to create more for this situation, for this free public transport. Have they actually spent more than what they actually budgeted for at that period? Even the forecast of 3, 4, 5, 10 years, have they exhausted that provision? And this is just the way to work, so that at least we will have a steady growth, you will have a peaceful country, you have your data ready to keep on doing more. If you need to put more money, or you need to put more provisions to make life more better for the people. Thank you for listening. This is Chokitable Media. Please put your contribution as well. Let me know how you understand this. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And God bless you as you do. See you in my next broadcast. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.